Lovely. So we're here with Jamie from Rancho Llano Seco. You've brought some of my favorite things on the planet down there, so I cannot wait to dive into there. And I think we might do a little beer tasting when you get there. However,
I think we should, yeah.
You guys have one of the coolest stories, not only for our region, but certainly of one of the folks on the Farm Trail. Mexican land grant, history, like all kinds of things that get rolled into that. So you can kind of share a little bit about that whole story.
Yeah, definitely. So Rancho Llano Seco is 18,000 acres. And you mentioned Spanish land grant. It is the only Spanish land grant in the state of California to remain untouched. So Governor Pico Pico granted the land to Sebastian Kaiser and a couple of his other, John Sutter was one of them as well.
And we're talking like early California history.
Early when Mexico was still, when this was still Mexico,
cool.
and Mexico was seceding, they would grant the land. And so when that happened, it turned into what is now California. And through the foresight of the original grantees, and then my boss's family, he's the sixth generation. So in 1861, that's when it started as Rancho Llano Seco.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you guys start out as ranchers, or did you start out as just kind of land stewards, or?
It was land stewards at first. We actually had multiple settlers on the property as well, and so they were taking care of the land. And now overall, it's all about conservation of the land.
Absolutely.
We only farm about 5,000 to 6,000 acres of the land a year only. Yeah, that's of the 18,000.
Right.
And so our biggest passion is taking care of the land. We're actually, to this day, restoring it, a lot of the parts back to its original features and looks.
Yeah. So I feel like what you brought is also a very traditional, not only product, but also kind of process and animal that goes into this. So tell us a little bit about what we got.
Yeah, so traditionally these are dried sausages, but we put salami tag on them. And so with all three flavors, which each person in the box they got one of the flavors. And so these are all to pay homage to the people who have come before us to help build this great land that we have. So to start out, we'll do the Californiano.
Should we try some beer with this? Or?
Oh, come on, yeah.
All right, that one's for you.
Thank you.
So cork and cage on that guy.
Yeah, 6 turns, right?
You nailed it. There you go. Yeah.
I learned that from my dad.
Oh, in unison. There you are.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So I promise not to interrupt you more, so let's dive in here.
Yeah. Let's see. So let's start with the Californiano. Give it a smell. So, talk with their mouth full.
Please.
This pays homage to the Mexican heritage that was here, that's been here, that took care of our land. And so we have the holy trinity of peppers. It's the ancho, the guajillo, and...
Is that pepper getting you, right?
The pepper's getting me, excuse me. But we added cocoa to this one, and so that's what gives it that nice dark color.
I'm glad you said that, because I instantly went to kind of the chocolatey notes in the beer from that. So
it pairs really well. That Californiano pairs really well with this beer. Chinese 5-spice, again, pays homage to our Chinese heritage. People who come to California. This is one of our favorites here, the 5-spice. You've got a lot of that Chinese 5-spice flavor.
I absolutely get that. It's delicious.
It's got a little sweetness to it.
Yep. And I love that you guys are really, I mean, not only with the history of the land that you have out there, but then just with the products and kind of the stories that you're telling are honoring all of that. I mean, it takes cultures and people and everybody coming together to make fantastic things. So a really beautiful story that we're getting from that.
It's a rare story that you can tell nowadays. And I've been with the ranch for 10 years this October, and I enjoy telling it. And because we're doing this because of the Farm Trail, and that is the only opportunity that the public can come out to the ranch.
Is that so? Yeah.
It's a private working ranch. We don't have a store out there. Our driveway's a mile long, so people will go drive there by their entire lives.
I've driven that driveway, and it is one of the most beautiful routes, I think, in all of Butte County, with those oak trees going across.
Black walnuts.
Black walnuts.
Black
thank
walnuts.
You.
Yep.
Well, that's why you're here. So, but it just is, you feel like you're going back into time, and it's just such a, I don't know, time capsule almost that like puts you into that place.
It is.
So what's the last one we've got?
Third one here is the Hibernian. This one considered like an Irish breakfast mixed with a little Italian antipasta.
Okay.
We've got onion powder in here. Kind of a bangers and mash style.
So I feel like with this kind of salami, fat is so important. So what animals are you using to give such a great character of fat and flavor?
Yeah. So we're using three breeds. It's a Duroc crossed with a Landrace and Yorkshire.
Wow.
So the Duroc gives us this nice, firm, delicious fat. Fat also tastes like what the animal's eating as well. So we try to grow all the feed on the ranch that we can.
Yeah.
It's farming, so sometimes you can't do that. But with those three breeds, we've created a beautiful pig. We raise them with limited stress as possible,
Sure.
which creates flavorful meat. And so it's taken us a long time to collaborate and to get these flavors, but we're really happy with what we've come up with.
So start to finish, I mean, you're growing a product out there that's going to be fed to an animal. That animal is going to be raised as humanely and as peacefully as possible, and then suddenly you're going to honor that animal by, celebrating here on the board. So how long is that whole process going to take?
That whole process takes about 6 months to raise the animal to market weight, and then we have our own processing room, and so that takes about a week to get all that done, and then 3 months to make the sausage.
Holy smokes!
To make the salami.
So we're talking, the better part of a year to get to this, which is a labor of love for sure.
It's a labor of love, and we offer a lot more products than the salami, but we thought that this was just a great opportunity. So locally here in Chico, we work with S&S, Chico Natural, New Earth just started bringing in our products. They're doing a great job over there, and then some local restaurants like Grana as well is doing our fresh pork.
Absolutely, yeah. And I just love the packaging. I feel like you guys have just kind of kept everything clean and simple and just really eye-catching as well.
You've got to keep it simple and let the product speak for itself.
And they do. That first one that we tried, though, I think is my favorite.
That's a popular one. And Californiano, it just fits with what we're doing here.
Do you have a favorite?
The 5 Spice is my favorite.
Yeah. So, you talked a little bit about the farm trail, but also kind of the region. Is there anything you'd love to share at the end here to just kind of, a celebration of your products or kind of your experience with the whole thing?
Yeah, well, my experience with this, I mean, this year has just been, it's been absolute roller coaster. And on our end of things, we've all been healthy. Our slaughterhouse remained open. We were very nervous. A lot of our restaurants shut down.
Yeah.
And being able to transition from that to being involved with this, and with Nicole putting all this on with your help as well, it's kind of a bright little moment for all of us to share all of our products.
Agreed. And I think lovely that people got to taste that and a little piece of California. It's like
I'm hoping to see a lot of like Instagram posts, with people and their boards and with their wines and everything like that.
Where should they send that? It's a great shout out. So
at Llano Seco, at Rancho Llano. Lindsay's going to kill me. That's not my end of things, but you can find us at llanoseco.com. Shop online as well.
Great.
So
got the plug in there.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Great. Good. Well, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you were tasting at home with us. Definitely the beer just pairing beautifully with this. So thanks very much. Take care.
Thank you.